All right, so hang on, y'all. We have some technical difficulties, believe that or not. Oh my goodness, put that right there. All right, hang on a second, y'all. Just trying to make sure everything is going on here correct. Let's go here. Let's bring this here. I am sorry for the delays. Y'all not gonna believe what done happened to me tonight. And I can't scroll down. Jesus. Bear with me one moment, y'all. This is not going right. All right, can y'all hear me? I don't know if this thing is going too well on here or not. I don't know, y'all. I end up dropping my computer, y'all. Believe that or not. Jesus. I can't see this is doing this or not. In a second, bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. I end up dropping my computer, y'all, and so now I'm kind of going back and forth between two computers, trying to figure how can I get on that computer instead of staying on this one right now. So bear with me 1 second, y'all, whereas we iron out we navigate these issues right quick. I'm trying to make sure that you can hear me right now. Let me navigate this. Yeah. In a second. Let me get Tony's Swindle on here right quick in a second. Okay, y'all, bear with me. Oh my goodness, y'all. Sign in. Sign in. Okay. Now I got to go through all these verification things right quick, y'all. Bear with me. Checking my phone right now. Oh, there we go. Yep. So I messed up my one. I dropped one of my computers trying to bring everything upstairs. I do apologize for the inconvenience. We're getting ready to bring Tony on just a second. Just hit yes. All right. I need to go to my email. I need to go to my email, not this email. Okay. Which one is this? Let's go send. Hang on a second, y'all. Didn't get Tony's email address. All right, so media, SWIN City. All right, so now let's just see what's going on with Tony. Man, I'm kind of all discombobulated right now, man. I dropped my computer and the keyboard's not working properly at this point. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if my wife is doing anything on that as of yet, but hang on a second. Hey, driver! Bear with me, waiting on to see if Tony is grab that email. And we're just trying to make sure we have sound on here right now. So bear with me. I might have to just flip over to this other computer.
You're live.
Huh?
You're live.
Okay. Can you hear me though?
Yes, everything.
All right, here we go. All right, so now we're just waiting on Tony to call in on us, y'all. I do, like I said, I do apologize. Do apologize for the inconvenience on here. A lot of big things going on this weekend. By the way, I'm Paul Miranda with, yes, you already know, right? Surreal Talk Nation. Trying to get you something new, something fresh. Definitely keeping it different from all the rest. All right. Right now, let's pull this right here. Let's bring this up like that. All right. So just waiting on Tony to sign on in here, man. Let me just make sure this thing right here is clear. Hold on a second. Let's move all this junk out the way right quick because I need to have better access to this right now. So let me just see right here. All right, so we're just waiting on Tony right quick. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me get this young man a call. Bear with me one moment. Yo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, are you not getting the link?
Yeah, I just came through.
Oh, okay. All right, waiting on you.
All right. Is it am I on camera or am I just on audio?
Camera.
Oh shit. All right, hold on. All right.
All right, y'all. He didn't know he was going to be on camera. I guess he got to freshen up right quick. All right, so that's the crazy part about doing things live, right? You don't know what to expect as far as things happening left and right. Again, I'm Paul Miranda, the Real Talk Nation. Sports show. Nothing but basketball talk. Grassroots, the young pups, the high school, middle school, college, pros, everything. I know a lot of y'all want to talk about what? Baylor smacking Gonzaga. Drew Timmy. I sure was hoping we was going to come on this show and have us a little victory show, if you will, man. A lot of people, wanted Baylor to take this championship for the state of Texas, if you will, and don't know if that's a good thing or not, or is it? Is it a good thing? Yes, I think it's a good thing for the state of Texas. It's going to help recruiting, and it kind of solidifies our stance when you say the state of Texas got things popping. I don't know if I really want to say that too, because wasn't nothing but like one kid that really played. That's from Texas on Baylor's team. I want you to marinate on that for a second, man. Here's my dude right now, man. My guy, your guy, Tony SWINDLE. What up, brother?
Going.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can like barely hear you right now. Hang on a second. Let me make sure I'm good on this right quick. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you well. What about?
Man, I'm having trouble hearing you though. Hang on a second. Let's see if we get your what you talking on right now, brother?
I have you on my iPad.
You talking from your iPad? You can't hook because I can barely hear you. You hear me clear, right?
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
You put some headphones on or something, bro.
Yeah. Hold
So
on.
anyway, going back to it, y'all. Baylor takes out Gonzaga, smacked him, man. Might as well say a 19-point win because that's when all the starters were in the game and when all the starters came out and so forth. Let's put that right there. Make sure I get that in there. Were you happy behind Baylor winning that game or not? I was. Don't get me wrong. The state of Texas won, but I was sad for my boy Drew Timmy. What's going on this weekend? This weekend, the Gasso has to own the state. Tournament this weekend, man. We're gonna pull that up as well. I'm gonna be pulling that up in just a minute, just to see, who's what on there. Hang on a second. Let's put that right there. Tony, you good?
Almost. Give me.
Okay. Hang on a second.
I do apologize for that, everybody.
So I ended up getting ready for the show, and I was trying to do some last minute stuff downstairs with the computer, and when I was bringing everything up, dropped the laptop. Not good. So now I'm juggling between two computers, trying to figure out, why are you doing that? Let me see something right quick. Hold on a second.
All right.
No, you know what? The camera does not work on that one. That's right. I can't do that one.
I have too much technology over here, man. All right, here we go.
Tony, how we looking? Still good, Johnny?
About to lock in right now. I'm about to lock in right now.
Are you trying to sign in from your laptop?
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna have to disconnect on the line that you're on right now.
Yes, sir. Doing it right now.
All right, so he's gonna disconnect, and then we're gonna bring him. Oh, there he is. All right, so disconnect that other one. That one, yeah. Disconnect that, and let's bring you on right there. Tony, you there?
Can you hear me?
Barely. Man, you need to have
What about
some
now?
headphones connected to your volume, brother.
Hold on, maybe it's my mic. Mic change devices. Hold on.
You there?
Yeah. I mean, can you hear me?
You can hear me good, right?
I don't understand.
I'm good.
Right. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you great.
Let me see one more thing right quick. Hold on. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but this thing is like.
Hold on. Let me.
Hang on, y'all.
You got to pull out a mic.
Yeah,
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I hear you perfect. All right,
Hear me
so
perfect now?
yeah. Let me go back to this other one quick in a second.
Can you hear me now?
Tony, say something. Tony. Tony.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
All right, so this is. I'm gonna have a problem. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All
Can you
right,
hear me?
we're clear. We're good and clear now.
All right, great.
All right, so let's fix this right here. All right, so I hear you real good. All right, Tony. Now my problem is going to be charging this thing up. All right, Tony Swindle, Swin City Magazine.
Yes,
Talk
sir.
to me, brother. You've got a lot of stuff going on. I'm echoing like crazy. What
Want
is
to turn
going
you down
on
over
here?
here?
All right, you there?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is going to be hard for me. This thing
Well, I
is
mean,
echoing.
it sounds good over here. I don't hear an echo.
Do I have this up to?
Are people able to comment?
I do have it. All right. Yeah, I'm echoing. And you can't hear me real good right there, right?
No. I can hear you. You're perfect. You're perfect.
All right, so let's get it going, man. This thing. I'm trying to juggle between two.
Matter of fact, turn one of those. Do you have both of your audios on?
Oh, this audio is off. All right, let's just roll with it.
Because you're going to have to mute one of them.
Yeah, that's what I just thought about. You there, Tony?
I'm here.
All right, so somehow this ain't gonna do right. You there?
Yeah, I'm locked in, man.
Wow. Somehow, okay, it's working on this end. I'm still echoing, but that's all right. All right, talk to me, man. She's up. You're on the girl side. You decide to go to the boys' side a little bit. You know, kind of doing both.
Yeah.
What brought about that energy?
So, before I went up to the girl side, I was on the guy side because that's where I met you with Jules and of course Darnaville and DJ McGee and quite a few others, and even dealing with even going further back with Yancey, Soma, Yancey, Kendall Harris, Soma Edu, Trey, Washington, all those guys. And then a lot of them had cousins, had sisters, and it just started trickling. Girls started trickling in all of a sudden, and it was just a natural flow.
Okay.
So with it was like, these girls can hoop, but they can turn up even more. So I took a liking to wanting to make sure that they develop their game and make sure that it was maximized to just different levels or just elevated to different levels.
Okay.
And I created She's Up.
So I guess I probably should have started from the very beginning, man, because here's the thing I'm looking at. What got you started in this? My reason of getting started in this was a whole lot different than yours. Started out with a kid that was trying to play basketball. We put him in basketball for the first time. Coach didn't show. I ended up being the coach.
Gotcha.
I ended up starting a podcast after that. Boom, 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 and here we are.
Right. Yeah, I mean, my start was basically me. You know, coming out of West Texas, originally from Dallas, but we moved to West Texas in '90, and I just consider Amarillo home. But with that, we have a lot of good basketball out there. But when you're in the DFW or just a metropolitan area, you're gonna lack, when you're in when you're in a country town, you're gonna lack the exposure because you have more of these players in the metropolitan areas than you have out in the country, if that makes any sense.
Right.
Or in the rural areas. So I was like, I don't want a kid to feel that way where, you're not getting the right exposure or you're not getting developed the right way. And I decided to do it. They have no dog in the fight where, you had your sons, you had your sons, and they have nobody, that was in the fight. It was just about helping kids reach that next level, to where they wanted to go.
Okay. You've been doing a few leagues and everything here as far as high school.
Yeah.
You did a fall league this past year, boys and girls. I happened to be there and enjoyed myself. Trinity, Cedar Valley Trinity.
Yep.
And what brought about that, man? What got you into that part?
Man, one of the biggest things I watch, I'll watch the dynamic or the demographic of things, or just the patterns on how things are going in regards to, I wouldn't say just the flow, but just the attitudes of different, just other kids. And going back to She's Up, I did She's Up for, I'm gonna say, a good strong 6 years. And with that, I started seeing at the very end, it was more entitlement.
Mm-hmm.
So I was sitting back and I was just watching, like, okay, it's a lot of entitlement. A lot of kids want a lot of kids and the parents want the retweets and the likes, but they don't want to work. And with my camp, you had to work. Mm-hmm. You had to really think. You had to really understand. And a lot of kids just want to just go, so they want that instant gratification. And, dealing with me, it's that wax on, wax off.
Right.
Those are things that, Kobe Bryant. Yeah, Kobe Bryant's my favorite player. That's what they say, but you're not putting in the Kobe Bryant work. So it doesn't make any sense. But with all that being said, I saw the landscape, and it was just time for an adjustment. So 2018, I created SWIN City League, and just quietly just did something that was just real low. Then it was like, okay, it's time to just go ahead and just let go and take it to a different level. And that's where, of course, we had the league, and for the boys and the girls.
Okay. Do you pay attention to a lot of the other camps? Do you go to camps and so forth, and you get ideas? I mean, do you do any of that?
No, I didn't. If I went to somebody's camp, I was there to help them.
No doubt. Okay.
Help them, critique them, evaluate their camps, because I was also, even now I evaluate. I don't do write-ups and stuff like that no more. But
okay,
I go and, hey man, you might want to try this piece right here. You might want to take this piece right here, because I've always wanted to. I'm a creator. I create. I'm an artist. Okay. I love creating. I like creating. So when I'm creating, okay, I'm gonna have a 10 by 30 banner.
Right.
Who does that at a camp?
Okay.
I want to have a helicopter bringing in, an alligator. Like, what does the alligator got to do with the camp? I don't know, but we're gonna have an alligator at the camp. You know, but just making sure that, you know, my camps was about learning and having an experience. And if, you know, I wish and I hope that, and I've been to a couple camps, and some of them been good. Some of them have been good. Some.
Okay.
Others, it was a money grab.
What it is, right?
Yeah.
The magazine. Talk to me about Swin City, the magazine. What's the purpose behind that? What do you hope to accomplish through that magazine?
I mean, it's, at the end of the day, that's my baby. You know, Swin City Mag is my baby. I love it. It's to talk. It's talked about us. You know, talk about basketball. Talk about our community. Talk about everything about, you know, everything basketball, and not just about the what's going on in basketball, but the transitions out of basketball. What have, you know, you might have kids that go, or young men that go to the NBA or overseas, but what about that guy that went ahead and decided to go to the Army, and all of a sudden he's in the Army now, he put his money back, and now he's in stocks or whatever, you know, the transition, because there's so many things. Only thing we see is, as just, I'm talking about our community, as far as the Black community, either you playing a sport or you're rapping, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the other dynamics. Let's talk about those other transitions. We can talk about King right now, and isn't he an ESPN analyst?
Yeah, King McClure.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm, it's just those small intricacies that we're not really paying attention to, where, okay, and hopefully someone take this and run with it. Have an actual broadcasting program where you go to freaking tournaments, you know. As a matter of fact,
here we are.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just creating these different avenues, not just for adults, but for these kids to start understanding how to broadcast, how to talk, how to articulate, and make it.
Yeah.
You know,
the magazine. You did a piece on a couple of friends of mine so far. Jazz Hartwell, the late Jazz Hartwell. He got to see that before he passed.
Yeah.
And you just did one on Coach Rob Wright, my next guest.
Yes.
You got that magazine near you?
I don't have it. I don't have it with me. I don't have it with me. I do have I know I have the Jazzy with me right now.
Okay. But let me add this dude on. He outside just now coming in from practice. Rob Wright, the legendary Rob Wright.
Gentlemen.
Say, man, you can take that mask off right now, man. You know, you might be somebody else, man. I didn't know if this Rob Wright.
Most definitely am. How y'all doing?
You ain't gonna catch. Hey, you can't catch digital COVID, man. It's not a such. I hope it ain't.
Nah, not at all. John. Matter of fact, let me pull this hat off, man. That ain't me.
There goes my dude, right there. He is. I don't know what you're doing. Them on. I mean,
man, it's hard to see, man. It's really hard.
Okay.
No doubt. How y'all doing?
There you go.
Okay.
Man, I need to turn you up, man. Let me see. How can we get you up a little bit?
That's how back in the building.
Huh?
Okay, hold on. Let me turn it up. Okay, I'm up loud. I apologize.
All right. Rob Wright, man, talk to me, brother. Where you coming from, man? You look like you getting out of practice or something.
Yeah, I'm up here in Red Oak. I was helping with the girls, Team Lex. Those are my girls. So I chip in where I could fit in. So I was practicing with them today. Most of the girls are from DeSoto. We have one from South Grand Prairie and two from Norman High School in Oklahoma. So we have like 8 girls that won state championship, and they all 22s. They're all juniors. So I enjoy working with them. I've been working with them for the past 3-4 years on and off in the summers, while I'm doing my thing.
Okay. Speaking of which, man, the DeSoto Lady Eagles just won the state championship, 6A, for the state of Texas. And I noticed a lot of those girls play for you with that blue and red team that you coached a few years back.
It's Team Lex, yes. Lex, Tar Heels.
Talk to me about that, man.
Mike Gatewoods had them since they were in the 3rd grade. And of course, we're family friends for forever because our two oldest daughters been friends since they were in kindergarten. So he asked me to come on and help him out a little bit. So I had the time. So I just been putting it in every summer. I'm happy with what I'm seeing. They're growing.
Okay. You know, most guys that get put in a magazine, they normally pass away or whatever. But you know, if someone gave you a tribute, and I don't want to wish that on you or even hint towards anything towards that. What was that like, though, man? That's almost like having a street named after you. So, you know, talk to me about that experience of, you know, the SWIN magazine putting you out there like that.
Well, you know, it was really a surprise. I mean, I do so much. I'm a type of person that I'm just an easy person. I love basketball. I love the game. I do everything for it, and it's came back and it's helped me in so many ways. Matter of fact, it's helped me in the way I live every day. And people notice what I do. People ask. I mean, it was just out of the graces of SWIN magazine. They called and asked me if I would do a piece. And I said, yeah, I'll do it because I know, God bless his dead, rest in peace. You know, Jazzy, I mean, he's like a little brother to me. And I seen him on the cover and it was wow. I've seen those covers and I was like, okay, man, when am I going to get a chance to get on the cover just to myself? Because it's a beautiful magazine. So he reached out. We took some pictures over at Carter. I had like 7 basketballs I had to juggle. And we took them over at my stomping ground. And then we came back and did a couple of other shots. And good. Oh, thank you. We did a couple of shots. Okay, guys, I'm in the building now. So we did a couple of shots, and it all worked out real good. It really did. I appreciate it. It was fun. It was fun, and I'm glad everybody got a chance to see it because a lot of people in Dallas Fort Worth who hadn't been here, who's in the AAU scene, not the high school scene, they really don't know. They just see, they've heard, but it's so much history and there's so much about the magazine what was trying to let these folks know that, listen, basketball in Dallas, and I got here in '84, and I respect the history before me. It's really been big time basketball. We just didn't have an opportunity to go out on the national scene until 1986 because the UIL wouldn't allow Texas kids to go to camps or play more than 20 games in the summer.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's funny you just put the history lesson down a little bit about the BCI, which turns into AAU.
Yes.
A lot of people don't even know that you introduced everybody to this game as far as DFW is concerned. What does that make you? I mean, how do you feel about that? You know, you think back on it. I mean, do you feel slighted any kind of way that a lot of people don't really point the finger at you being the godfather of this game and other people claiming that?
Not at all, because, you know, I don't, the people who claim it really can't claim it. It's so much going on that these guys a lot of the guys that are claiming it, ones that move into Texas who haven't been here, like I'm a move in too. So I came in '84, you know, it's like I came here before, I said it before. You know how that song goes.
I never let magnetize me no more.
Yeah, it's biting. Yeah, I know how it goes. But listen, that's the thing that I'm good with because the real people, I'm not going to say the real people, everyone understands what went on. Somewhere it had to start. It really did have to start somewhere. And we were a part of it. And I was a part of that with a bunch of high school coaches. And they kind of recruited me. I was in the middle school and they recruited me back in 1984 to come over and start coaching in the league. But then they also recruited me to say, okay, we need somebody to go out on a national to coach national teams. And most of the high school coaches couldn't do it. So I was a middle school coach. So Ron Power, Gorey, and a bunch of coaches elected me to go ahead and coach the teams. So I got an opportunity to take people out like Larry Johnson in that first group out, and it didn't start. Like we had a 20-year jump. I'll say 15 to 20-year jump before any other AAU team started even coming up. Because what I did was I brought it back from me playing basketball in New York City. We played ball all the time, all summer long on different teams. What I learned growing up in New York, I brought here. I was the first middle school to put kids in uniforms, socks, shoes, bags. We won 2 city championships in Dallas. I'm proud of that. I had everybody coming to the game just to see what kind of shoes, how we look. I mean,
what middle school was that, Coach?
oh, you know it was Bob Story Middle School.
By
Everybody know what
Story.
it is. Oh yeah.
Damn, I think I was on that bench with you, wasn't I?
Yours truly was an assistant coach of mine, and we've been together since 1984. Me and Paul.
Talking about things they don't know. They
Yes,
think
sir.
I just got here, Rob.
No. We've been in this scene, and we've been indulged in a lot of basketball in this scene.
No doubt,
Yes, sir.
no doubt.
Mhm.
I remember them days vividly, man. We had some fun with those kids, man. A great group of kids. You know, great staff. Even the faculty, the teacher faculty was strong about helping us. You know, making sure the kids were good on the grades and so forth. And you really put it out there. That's the kind of program you wanted to run from. You know, not just being a basketball standalone. You want to make sure the academic piece was instilled in all those kids, and it is showed throughout their lives as they grew. So we go to By Story. And you end up at a football school.
At a football
Not
school.
a basketball school, a football. For
Yes,
those of y'all don't know, Carter High School was a football-only school back then. Now, they had a couple of players in there. Mike Williams, went to Baylor, went to the pros and all that. That was an anomaly of such.
Yeah, Dwayne Scales, Vernon Smith.
All that. They couldn't take out Kimball.
No,
which was a basketball school.
Yes, it definitely was.
But
that was unbelievable.
Rob goes to David W. Carter, and I was like, "Man, what are you doing?" I said, "Man, I gotta go make some changes." And sure enough, how many years did it take for you down in state?
My first year as a head coach, we went to state.
Oh, damn, that quick?
Yeah. I was prepared well though, because Jimmy Tubbs prepared me. Ron Powell prepared
my
me.
coach.
So I had a stint at Kimball where I was over at Kimball helping out.
Yes,
I was prepared. Him and Dyer, Coach Dyer, we worked up back to back. Then I went over to SOC. I volunteered everywhere. I went over to Roosevelt. I went everywhere and volunteered. So, and plus I had the experience from the summer league. I'd already been out, 2 or 3 years with pros, guys like Larry Johnson and those type of people, coaching them on a national scene.
Yes, sir.
So I had an opportunity to learn a craft, but I was still learning, and I had a great group of kids that I was grooming from the 9th grade at Carter, and then when I got my opportunity in 94, 95, they came right back to me.
Yeah.
And
Robert Washington.
Yeah. We just changed the way we played. We just played fast, played aggressive. I was like the Constitution. I let them be able to do the things that they wanted to do, but they had to be disciplined. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
You ended up going to UT as an assistant there under Tom Pendus. What was that experience like for you?
That was an experience that I didn't think was coming. I never was worried about going to being a college coach, but through the years I was doing so well. Eyes were on me and I didn't know it. So he gave me a call and he asked me, what do you think about coming down in the UT? And now you got to think about this. I'm an Aggie. That's a no-no. You know what I'm saying? Sweet 16, 1980, Southwest Conference champs, lost to Louisville in the NCAA Sweet 16. So I'm an Aggie. So
let me cut you off on that part right there. This was the original PG at Texas A&M. Yeah. Much respect to AC Law. That's my dude.
No doubt.
But y'all looking at the point guard for Texas A&M, Rob Wright.
Thank you.
Hey. I said we really weren't going to talk about it, but this is where we met the Whistling Dave. Dave was with you at A&M. So there go the connecting piece, y'all. But did y'all know each other before Texas A&M? Because both of y'all are from New York.
Yeah. We kind of met each other in high school. He didn't grow up with me, and he lived in a different area. And we have a big group of friends. I mean, it's so many of us in New York. I mean, you wouldn't believe the amount of friends in basketball community because everybody plays that, and plus the music community because I'm involved in. I'm original B-boy. That's another thing people don't know about me. I'm going to be in the documentary that's coming up, the original B-boys, and that's coming up before the Olympics start because now breakdancing is in the Olympics, and I was part of that.
Yeah,
Skinnier,
yeah.
yes. And
I used to
and
do a
when the
little
doc-
pop lock myself.
yeah,
but
yeah. When the
never mind.
documentary come out,
I was a whole lot
I was
skinnier
involved
then.
in it. I was one of the originals. There's a handful of us that got started in the mid '70s, late '70s.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So we're at Texas.
Mhm.
Going back, we're at Texas. You know, that was a no-no. You and
Definitely,
Aggie. Did
definitely.
you get any grief from any A&M people
I did.
behind that?
I did because we were in the same conference. And when I went down there and we played, my former coach, rest in peace, Metcalf.
Yeah,
He
Shelby.
came to my room after Shelby, and he's like, "Wow, I can't believe that you are working for Texas. Did you not know that that's a thing of you can't do here in Texas?" Well, I wasn't from Texas. I didn't know that. I went and played ball at one school. I didn't know the rivalry and the problems that these two
You so
schools had.
nice.
Man,
You so
like
nice.
Hatfields and
I'd
McCoys.
been like, dude, it wasn't like you offered me no job.
You know, I thought about that at that time, but I didn't say it.
See, because you're too nice, man.
Yeah, but see,
I always telling that, Tony.
Mhm.
Damn, you too nice.
yeah.
But go ahead.
But Tom had knew me from New York because he recruited me in high school. I couldn't go to an Ivy League school because, you know, I was all city in New York, but I couldn't go to Ivy League school. I didn't have the grades. So
Right.
he came down and he found out I was coaching, and he watched me about 2 years. And then
Okay.
he offered me the job in 97, 98. Watched me for 2 years, coach, and say, I need to, you know, bring him down. He's got players. He's my kind of guy. I do what he do. And I was in love with Texas. Yeah. So
Awesome.
opportunity. There you go.
Okay. TCU, you was there with Trent Johnson. What
But
was
before
that like, man?
before that, you remember I went with Penders to George Washington University.
Washington.
Atlantic
You
10.
sure did. I
So
did
I
skip that. I'm sorry.
became the associate head coach, which is a very good title to have.
No doubt.
I still wear it, and I was allowed to coach 4 college games when coach got ejected. So I'm very proud of those games. And the kids I recruited, we pretty much, you know, got a lot of awards. Francis Pulmonary Award. I had one that led the nation in scoring. I was happy of the production that I've done on all the colleges that I've been, you know, Texas, George Washington. Now, my last stint was at TCU with Trent Johnson. And we left him with a good squad. We left him with a lot of kids over there. They went on and did their thing after we left. You know, that's how the game goes, you know.
No doubt.
We brought a lot of local kids over there. A lot of local kids. I mean, Marquise Bowden put us on a national map because he had, and with the gracious of yours truly, he had us listed, and he was solely.
It's at TCU.
Yes, TCU, and of course Duke was involved. And anytime you have Duke and TCU on the same table with a kid like that, and he was so gracious to keep us involved all the way to the end. And we knew we wouldn't get him, but it's relationships. That's how that goes.
What is that like, though, Coach? You know, TCU has had a hard time, you know, getting local kids, some of the top local kids. Excuse me. What is that like for you, you know, joining that because Jamin Dixon came in there with the belt buckle real high up on the, I think it was on his belly button, above his belly button or something, like it was going, you know, we were like, who is this dude? Think he can come, you know. What was that like? Because he came in with a kind of like a bad rep a little bit, man. What was that like trying to help recruit for him? Was that tough? Was it? What's your feeling?
Well, he came in and he brought his staff, but he was gracious to me, and they let me hang around for a while, and you know, I tried to help him with some other kids that were on our radar, but we left him with a stable full of Dallas kids and Texas kids, so he had everything that he could possibly want. He brought in a few kids, but he won with them, with Kendrick and of course JD and Washburn and that group, and Kaval. I mean, we had so many local kids that were playing there, and we really thought that was going to take over, but you know, the style of play and not winning a bunch of games with Coach, it just didn't last. Because I came on his last 2 years. He had already been there 2 years ahead, so we were trying to help, but I tell you what, every game we had every AAU program had kids over there. It was so bad that we just couldn't have enough tickets. We had everybody come to that gym, all those games. So it was beautiful. It can be done.
It was at the WG. It was at the WG in Fort Worth that year that they were renovating the Daniel Myers Coliseum, right? And yeah, you guys had it flooded in there with AAU players, man.
Yes.
You didn't know who was talking about committing to TCU after that.
Right.
Moving on, you know, Jamie Dixon goes a different way. You're doing something different now. What are you doing now?
Well, right now, I'm talking to quite a few people right now as we speak this week and next week that have jobs or getting jobs. So we're in talks, and we're just going to see how it works out. I hope to be on somebody's sideline next year. I really do.
Oh,
I really think. Hey, right now, it doesn't matter to me if it's women's basketball or men's basketball, because I just want to coach, you know, be a part of it.
You were a finalist at DeSoto this last summer.
Yes, sir.
And that fiasco was all over the place. Wow. Turned out one of our friends, mutual friend. I think we used to play in the 6 feet and under leagues together.
Yes, Richard Bacon. Yes.
Yes. My boy, Richard Bacon ended up getting the job. What's your feelings on about all that? I know we're happy that Richard got the job.
Well, it's basically falls. It's like when you're a head coach and you're responsible for your program. So anything that goes on in your program, you're responsible for. I don't care if it's high school, just same like Arizona. I mean, you have to be able to see everything and you have to watch everything. So really and basically, if you look at it 15 years ago, we had of course, I've always been involved in AAU. I've been involved in AAU in basketball, but I was an oversight that I didn't see where if a kid plays in your AAU program and he comes into your high school, that's called recruiting.
Right.
So, I mean, wow, look what's going on today. So we're going to leave that alone, right? So this is
Pretty
15
much.
years ago. So, all right, I take that hit. I had a gentleman transferred into a school, came from another state. Just happened to be a different ethnic at a school that we're at. And so I never knew about him, of course. He came in, he went to school there. Mama was involved in the AAU program, and she had a friendship with a couple of people, and things just spiraled out of control. But once again, I'm in charge of my program. So if you're around me, if you're with me, and something goes wrong, then I'm responsible. So we took care of that. We weathered that storm. I cleaned up everything before I left. I decided I was going to take a job at Texas A&M. So I leave Carter to go to Texas A&M. My son gets sick, so I turned the job down. But it's noted I had the job. You can Google that.
Okay.
So I start trying to find, work, teach. So I started working in Grand Prairie. So a year later, it comes back out that I left DISD under, I guess, saying that I left because of the situation that we cleaned up. So the lawyers cleaned it up. Dallas was gracious. The lawyers were gracious. My lawyers were gracious. Everything was good. Well, fast forward. Last year, the people in DeSoto, which they're good people, they thought that there was something wrong and they had to do their due diligence and they had to go back and check it. But for some reason, you had personnel talking to the newspaper to find out, could we find out some more about him, not knowing that the paperwork and everything was straightened out with the lawyers because it really wasn't nothing. UIL had no problem with what I've done. TEA had no problem with what I've done. Dallas didn't have a problem with what I've done, but it stayed in the paper, a little article about me misappropriate funds or me recruiting. So it's fine. I can take that. That's not a problem. Like I said, it's a joke because today is really wild, really. And so we straightened it out with Dope DeSoto, and I decided that, okay, listen, it's okay. It's just too much going on. Let's just clean it up. Let somebody else deal with it. I'm good. As long as I got a job and we good and everything worked out. And we still doing very well. I'm still good with everybody in DeSoto, superintendent, athletic directors, everybody have no problem. So we kind of put Richard Bacon's name out there. I think a couple of people interviewed for it, and he got the job. But there's no ill feelings. Listen, there's no criminal activity. I can get a job anywhere. I just decided to just let someone else deal with it and just pursue the college career. So it's no problem at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to get into next is college, right?
Yeah, going back to college. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's where I fit better.
Man,
because
I
there's
think
so
you're a
many
hell of a
kids.
high school
Yeah,
coach, bro.
yeah, I've done everything in high school.
No doubt, no doubt.
I've done everything. I
I
mean,
done it. I did it.
I've been to Austin 4 times, twice with Sock, twice
You
with
ain't,
Carter.
oh, you
Championship
ain't got no
game.
ring, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
You
and
gotta
then
get a ring though, man, before you start talking like that.
well, you
You
know
know, I'm
what?
your dude. You know, I'm gonna tell
Well,
you.
this
You know,
how
I
it
keep it
goes. This
real.
how it goes. I'm in the fight. I'm there. Okay, so I'm good. I ain't got to try to duplicate it anymore. I've been there listening 4 times, 2 championship games. Didn't get there. I'm proud of what I've done. I've took a program like Carter High School and
No
made them
doubt.
into a
Football team.
national power.
Yeah,
Was
you did.
ranked nationally ranked with no transfers. Everybody from the neighborhood put out multiple pros. All of them, everybody, like you said, went to college. I was able to help the city of Dallas. I've had every shoe contract come through that school, come through my AAU where I've gave it to. Look, I gave West Nike, gave Jazzy, Adidas. I've had every shoe company and I shared. I've gave Sock, Kimball, everybody. I'm just the pot piper. I have no
No
problem with
doubt.
sharing.
No
Yeah.
doubt. No doubt. Like how you put that.
Mhm.
I think I want to go into the next segue of the top 50 players since 2000.
Well,
Now,
you know what?
before
I
y'all
seen
get
that
into
the
it
other
right
day.
quick, next
I
week
seen that the
I
other day,
decided
and I said
I'm
to
going to do
myself,
top 50 all time. And next week I'm going to have my boy Ron and St. Louis Ken on the show. And y'all don't know them. I know you know him, Ron. Tony, I think you look too young for these two dudes right here. But we're gonna flip it to the old school a little bit next week, and we're gonna give you a rundown from the top 50 all time. So this week we just gonna, cut it off 2000 on up to today. All right. And
listen, I'm that 2000. Okay, can I be fair with the older guys, please? Can I go from 1984 to 2010? Can I do that,
2000,
please?
bro. That's you
2000?
taking away from Ron and St. Louis Ken now.
Well, I don't know if they can rock this because I got this list. I got the top 25. I don't know if they can do this. Because this top 25 list I got, let me tell you something. And this
Go
is
ahead.
fair because I went on how they were drafted, what
Yeah.
number they were drafted at from
Yeah.
first to second round. And I'm telling you, this is incredible. It's going to be hard to go with the top 50 all time because you cannot leave out those years because if you ain't been drafted number 1 or number 2 or number 3 or number 4 or number 5,
Yeah.
we got like half of that already stacked up in the back in them days.
Man, go on with your list. Let me hear your list, man.
You ready?
You
Quick.
teasing
It's
now,
a tie
bro.
number 1.
You like the girl kissing all on my chest and
It's a
my
tie
navel
number,
and all that, man.
yeah,
Come on.
it's a tie number 1. I'm gonna give Larry Johnson the edge. So Larry Johnson, Kenyon Martin, then you come right with LaMarcus Eldridge, Chris Bosh, Tony Petit, Kurt Thomas, AC Law, Mookie Blaylock, Desmond Mason, Oliver Miller, Charles Smith, Mario Bennett, Darrell Arthur, Greg Ostertag, Jason Sasser, Jimmy King, Andre Emmett, Maceo Basson, Patrick Durham, Stephen Howard, Michael Williams, Spud Williams, Stephen Headache Smith, Ricky Pierce, and Mark Stanford. Now, those from the year of 1985 to 2000, those are the top 25 draftees in order from number 1 to 2. And I don't think I missed anybody. This is the NBA guys.
I need you to text me that list.
I sure will.
I got to compare that with what Ron and Ron Nelson and my boy St. Louis Ken gonna come up with. So we're gonna have that.
They're gonna put Skeeter Henry, but Skeeter Henry didn't play in the NBA.
No, Skeeter Henry. We might put him in the top 50. I know Ron loves Skeeter Henry.
I know. He gonna have Slim and all those
Sweet
guys.
Ski was only good at training pit bulls, man. How y'all gonna put him in the top 25? All
Who's
right.
that? Who's that?
It's Skeeter Henry.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But these guys I put in on how they got drafted and where they fit the number section. So I think that's fair. I think that's
wait a
fair.
minute. I'm thinking of Sweet Ski. Skeeter Henry from OU.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
But
thinking
now,
about Pretty Ski.
guys that didn't get drafted that played in the NBA, but I went on the draftees. But you know what? I would like to see a top 50 all time. I wouldn't want to get in that. it's a lot of feelings going to get hurt, and I don't want to be a part of that because I've coached all these kids that I named. 90% of them I coached in some leagues, so I'm not trying to get into that.
Hey,
No way.
man.
They won't be mad with me.
That's a nice list from 85 on in.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you had a couple of dudes that snuck in. I'm trying to think, is there any new young guys that could have cracked that top 25?
I think there's some that could crack it, but I just think that the new guys are different. They play. These guys have physicality. Everybody we talking about now, they say Marcus Smart and a couple of these guys could play with them. They might, but this is a different animal back in them days.
I think he would have been the only one, though.
Yeah, much respect to everybody that's playing now. Hey, it's a different era, but back then, that era, these guys played against each other. There was no ducking and playing. These kids actually were in the gym playing against each other every summer. Wasn't traveling, going out of town. They were playing in the league, and most of them played on the same team, like when they did travel. So it wasn't like, okay, I'm going to take one guy and go over here and play. These guys played together. It's a different basketball. And most of these kids, a lot of them came from DISD. They came from the inner city. There wasn't a lot of like, nothing disrespect to the schools that are outside of Dallas, but we have a lot of kids that were in DISD that were NBA players. So we know a little tough basketball back then. But if
Rob,
you want to put a team together, I'll take my 10. I'll take my 10 against anybody's 10. Anytime. Yeah, no worries.
Rob, let me ask you.
Yeah.
You know, because you're an old school dude, you've seen the old school, you've seen what we see in today.
Right.
And you made the point of reference being that physicality was a major thing. Mm-hmm. And I think I saw that in the win against Baylor versus Gonzaga the other night. Yes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But overall, that style of play ain't in. You know what I'm trying to say? It ain't the end thing.
Got it. Right.
You know, why do you think that is? How do you think we got from that point to where we are today?
Well, I listened.
Did the coaches die that was teaching that, practicing that? What happened?
Well, I think the kids, I don't think they like being touched a lot. Then there was nowhere to go. You had to be touched because we had so much size in those years, even though we have size now, but they had to learn how to play basketball. I mean, I don't know if you can line up with a Kenyon Martin or a Larry Johnson or a LaMarcus. I don't know if you can line up with them right now. They were in high school and high school kids now and really understand how to get down because that was a different animal. But I love the way they play, the game this year. But Baylor's just different. Baylor has coaches that are mature, older. Tang and them guys know what it is, and they know how to play. They know what they took. They took away, and I'm telling you, I love Gonzaga because, of course, I coached Drew Timmy in that All-Star game, and he rode in the car with me, and I got to know him driving down to Houston. And Jalen Suggs, when I coached Moutier Elite, I played against him 3 times, and his father and me became good friends, and he beat me on last-second shots too, so I understand that. I love the way they play now. Is no problem. It was just different back then. Now it just seemed like it's not a looser game, but it's just not as grimy as it used to be.
Tony, what you got on that?
No, I agree with that. I agree with that. I mean, just like when I was coming up in the 90s, it felt good when you get a rebound and you go back up and you got 5 or 6 dudes on your arms and you power it up. That was to me, that was a rush.
Right.
You come through the lane about to try to dunk on somebody and you get those fouls. That's a rush. Like that's letting you know, like, dude, I'm an animal in this thing. Now is and one. That's not an and one. That's just the foul.
Yeah. I'm just trying to still figure out what happened to the game to where it went from being so physical to now you can't even touch, you can't even breathe. I'm seeing fouls and it look like the wind fouled the guy today. What changed that?
And you can't really blame the international game because the international game it's a tough physical game too.
Oh,
People just don't
they
realize
worse
that.
than us.
Man, like they get away with nothing. They'll bite you and knock you down. That's how they play. Even though they move the ball differently, and the way they play the game might be a little different, but their physicality is good now. I think with Dallas, I think it's more now of a name game. That's what I hear now. It's more of a name game. Everything is a name game now. Like this person, that person, this person, that person. Back then, it was more, or even not back then, it was more of everyone. Like they're still playing. It's like your team is. You got what you got from your team. It wasn't like, okay, here come Headache or here. No, it was Spruce, and it was 9 of them players coming. Or if it was Kimball, it wasn't just one of them. It was everybody coming. Now it's like one person.
Couldn't focus on one person. Yeah, back in the day.
It is. It is.
Yeah, you hit that on the nose, and like I said, for the life of me, I just can't figure out how the game became so offensive. You know what I'm saying? And where it was always back in the day, you had to play both ends, and now it seems like the rules were emphasized on the offensive end more than it was defense now, and that's where we're at as far as the status of what we're seeing in these kids now. They're only one-dimensional. The majority of them are one-dimensional. You know, I was on the Chop Shop the other day, and they named all these guys that are so good in the NBA. And I don't look at the NBA no more, specifically because they don't play it like it used to be played. You know, I'm old school. You know, I don't like this. So, you know, you can't touch a person. You know, you can't even bump them a little bit. You know, I'm not for that. So I'm seeing this game become more individualistic on the offensive end because the rules change a lot towards that. What do we have to do to get the game back to what it used to be, man? I'm not thrilled with what I'm seeing, because like guys like Tyrese Maxey, I love this game, you know, but I wish he would be. I always said this. This was my knock against Tyrese for me. I just felt he was too whiny.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, his dad might say, "Oh, you know, you don't like my kid." No, I just didn't like that part about your kid. He's great. Matter of fact, I have him in my top 50 for the 2000. So apparently I must, you know, think highly of him if he's in the top 50. But it's not just Tyrese. It's a lot of kids like that. And I just threw his name because his name was the first one to come to my mind off of that, being whiny, offensive. Now, don't get me wrong, he'll play a little defense every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the dude that's playing both ends. You know what I'm saying? And they're hard to find right now. And that's why I've been going back and forth with this, trying to figure out how did this change.
Well, I'm surprised because listen, I coached Lil Maxey, I coached Daddy Maxey, Coach Wade Taylor, and Coach Bo. Rod Hampton's son. Coached all 3 of them in the AAU. And they were completely what you're talking about. That's how they played.
Yeah.
They was tough on both sides.
Right.
Fast, tough. But I'm telling you, it's just the way that everyone plays, the environment. So, I mean, if that's how you're getting in the NBA and that's how you're making it, you know, that's how, so be it. But let me tell you, I'm going to look at this. I'm going to see how many teams going to follow Baylor's lead next year and see how much physicality is going to change up. I'm going to see how that looks. I'm going to see if that was an effect, if that trickles down and maybe change some things. We'll see.
Where did Donovan Mitchell? Not Donovan Mitchell? What's the kid's Donovan? What's the kid's name from Baylor?
Louisiana. I think he's from Louisiana.
Did he go 4 years at Baylor, or was he at a JUCO first?
That I'm not. I don't know if they.
See, I think a lot of their kids were JUCO players first.
Right, and transferred in because they do a great job at that. You know, they just sit there and go get them. And
Jerome Tang is.
You see the super staffs that's being put together now. That some of these universities, and I'm saying, man, y'all spending a lot of money just to do what Baylor did. They ain't got to spend all that money just to get it done. You just got to go get the right kids.
Well, and that's the problem with these coaches today. They just want the offensive guy, and then feel like they can teach them how to play defense at college. Newsflash:
they've
been playing defense their whole life.
You gotta want to play defense. You gotta want that.
Yeah.
You gotta want it.
Yes.
You know, you gotta have that satisfaction of, I gave you 24, you only had 5.
Yeah.
That's
Kind of like how Finley Bizjack went against Drew Timmy last week.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I had 24. You really only had 17, but you scored 7, you know, last minute or whatever.
That's it. Hey, here's my rule of thumb. And I've been this way since I was a kid. If you score on me, I'm going to come back and score on you. Real
Bingo.
simple. I'm not even playing around. Now, I'm going to try to hold you to as best I can so that you don't overshadow me. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to have that. It's got to come from being young. And these AAU teams and playing them at a younger age and getting up in the high school, man, you just got to want. I don't think kids think it's fun. I don't think it's sexy to them. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's the part where the parents are worried about scoring more than stopping. That's the part. You know, when even me as a trainer, there's a lot of trainers out there that are teaching these kids all these moves. Matter of fact, I called a trainer yesterday and asked them, what is this new thing? Why are these trainers teaching these kids to jump off? If I'm doing a left hand layup, I'm jumping off the left leg. That's not a move. That's a reaction. Steve Nash did that when he was blowing by somebody, so people wouldn't think that he was going to do a layup, and he does a quick layup. It wasn't an actual where you explode off the same. You would get injured that way. But trainers are teaching that, so they're teaching all these offensive moves, but now teaching these kids, okay, do you know how to get a 5-second count? Do you know the distance between to get a 5-second count? Do you study how this person attacks the rim? Do you study, okay, if this person's right-handed, they're gonna go ahead and drive all the way right. But if they go left, they're gonna take 1 or 2 dribbles and they're gonna pull up for a mid-range. Trainers are not teaching that because they don't even know how to do all that.
Hey, it's a new day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
the training today is way different. And and of course, we didn't really have trainers back in our day.
We didn't.
And that's true.
The training was out in that court or in that gym outside somewhere.
Training with Redbird Rec.
Yeah.
Beckley, Cummings Gym, DeSoto,
Keys.
Grand Prairie, Keys. I was training.
And one of the things I found out, never just found out, but I've been listening to with these younger kids. You had 35, I had 35. Oh, we tough. No. That's you salute me for having 35. That's cool, but who got better? Who won the match?
Yeah. And that's what I
the bragging rights. No one. I don't know if anybody has the bragging rights no more. Oh, you see, like going back to what I said earlier. I had 35, locked you down to 10, and we got the game.
You just brought me to a moment. And I remember Charles Campbell, God bless his soul, wherever he is, with who BFW had the Metroplex 24. Well, I can't remember the name of the All-Star event that he had. And I'm going to use the 2016 year for an example.
I don't know why. Why did he stop that?
And brother had some issues going on, so he had to take care of that other stuff.
Yeah.
But you had all these dudes: Mark Vital, Marquise Bolden, Josh Parrish, Alex Valerino, Deion Barrett. You had all these studs in there, right? And nobody played any defense. What's his name? Brandon Everett. I think the only 2 that played defense the whole night was Brandon Everett out of Richardson and that kid named Jules Miranda from DeSoto, because they were guarding each other. And that camera was on them. This was the only time we saw anybody guarding. But my point in bringing this all up is, even in them kind of games, they're okay with letting homeboy dunk on them. Go ahead and let him have it. I don't get all that this game today, and that's what I hate. And I hate to bring this up because you got an all-star event coming up this weekend. We're gonna get to that in just a little bit, but that's what I hate about all-star events today. Nobody plays the game hard. You know what I'm saying? yeah, my thing is, this is your last chance to let everybody see you perform locally.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Against these same kind of kids all this time.
One of the things that I've learned, and goes back again to the training piece. A lot of, like, if I was holding somebody, I knew how to play defense. I'm not gonna hurt you, but I know how to play defense. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. Right.
A lot of these kids are also trying to split 17 people.
Yeah.
With Euro.
So they learn that training.
You know, so
I'm going through 6 or 7 cones.
You know, but it goes back to yeah, let's make this thing competitive, in which, you know, we're gonna have a really good time, you know, with Chosen City.
Be careful driving.
You know, at Chosen City, but yeah, it's just a part of knowing how to play. It's just about knowing how to play.
Come here, y'all. Come here.
I know you have a future. I ain't gonna let you score on me, but I'm not gonna take you out.
One say hello to the young ladies.
Okay.
These are all
ladies.
All right. So I guess I'm going to transition next into my top 50. Hey, how y'all doing? How you doing? All right. That's some of the DeSoto girls there.
Oh, yeah. They just coming out of practice. I guess I'm going to get kicked out of the gym.
Okay. I'm going to run down my 50 right quick, y'all, for you. And actually, we're going to go top 10 first. And tell me what you think. And let me just clarify this. I want to say this is exactly in this order or whatever, but kind of sort of in that order, all right. So, number 1, I got Marcus Smart, Flower Mound Marcus, 2 state championships. Chris Bosh, Dallas Lincoln. Deron Williams, the Colony. I love this point guard play. Julius Randle, Plano PCA. Darrell Arthur of South Oak Cliff. Willie Warren, North Crowley. Keith Frazier, Dallas Kimball. CJ Miles, Dallas Skyline. Emmanuel Moutier, Prime Prep. Anthony Randolph. Was Anthony
Woodrow
Lincoln?
Woodrow.
Was he Woodrow?
Yes.
Woodrow, yeah. I don't know why I was thinking he was at Lincoln, but I think only reason I got CJ in there because he ended up making the NBA and played for a while. He was good. He wasn't necessarily a draw, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
He put 42
like a lot of those
on
other
me
guys.
at Sprague. That's all I can tell you that much.
You said what?
He put 42 on me at Sprague that night when we played them.
Yes, he did.
Yes, Lord.
Yes, he did. So what do you think of my top 10 right there?
Now that's a good 10. I didn't know is Slim Shady is Daryl in that year? I thought he was a little younger than that.
2000 on up.
Okay, got you. Okay. That's a good group right there. That's 10. They could battle. They can do a little work, man. We can do some things with that. We can match up with them. Yeah.
Willie Warren.
Yes.
You know, Chris Bosh, Keith Frazier.
I had all of them, but I just couldn't go that far up. I just
no doubt
back a little bit.
No doubt. And you went from 85, man. And there's nothing I'm going to question about your list on that. You know, like I said, I want to get a copy of that. You need to text me that list.
Hey, what you got is unbelievable. Well, all these guys, did they go to the pros, or these are just high school players?
In my criteria, and let me go ahead and explain that. My criteria on all this was what you do in high school, first and foremost.
Okay, got it.
Secondly, college and the pros. You know what I'm saying? But the majority of my list is because I'm not a watching the pro game kind of guy.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'm more so on the high school and college, but I do factor in the NBA.
Okay.
Because again, you got to get there. So those are the guys at my 10 right there.
That's a great 10. Did you have Bracy Wright in there or no?
Who?
Bracy Wright. Did you have him in there or no?
Coming.
Okay.
Coming. And that was the separator between Deron Williams and Bracy. They played on the same
Yeah, okay,
team. Bracy was the dude.
I had to do it out here. We good. I'm good in my car. All right.
Bracy was the dude. I get that. But I felt like the better career more went to Deron Williams. And so I, you know, and I loved it. I'm a point guard dude, man. You know, I'm a little point guard biased. You know,
of course.
Y'all know how I am.
What about Ike from
Garland?
I thought he was before 2000.
Yeah, he might be in that in between, but he wasn't with us because I was looking at the dates. He wasn't with that year.
I think he was 90s.
I thought he was right.
Was he not? Hold on. You talking about Ike from Garland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it 90? Was it 98, 99?
Yeah. That's what I said. 2000 on up.
Okay.
I think he was in the 90s.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I loved him because that was he was with Headache almost.
What?
If he did, I missed him.
Yeah, didn't he play with Headache or right after Headache?
No, I thought Ike was with me because I was 99.
Okay,
so I thought he was like 99, 2000. I thought he was in that realm.
No, Ike was earlier than that. I mean, not Ike. Headache was earlier than that.
Yeah. Headache was earlier than that.
All right. Yeah. So that's my 10. No discrepancies with my 10, right?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Second 10.
Okay.
Let me take this down a little bit here. So, Rob, we got off to a late start. I dropped my computer trying to bring everything upstairs. So that's why I ended up getting off to a little slow start today. Second 10. Mm-hmm. RJ Hampton, Byron Hopkins, Dallas Lincoln.
Okay.
LeBron Nash, Dallas Lincoln. Miles Turner, Euless Trinity. Isaiah Austin, Grace Prep. Bracy Wright, The Colony. Perry Jones, Duncanville. Mm-hmm. Juwan Evans, Dallas Kimball. And Cade Cunningham. And it looks like Jameson Morgan, Bobo.
Okay.
Not necessarily in that order, but that's my second 10.
So, like you said, your criteria doesn't mean they got to be in the NBA. Got it. They could be overseas guys too. Okay. So,
you know, really looking more so what they did in high school.
Okay.
And then what you did after that. He got drafted. He got highly drafted.
Yeah.
RJ. Hopkins was a killer at Dallas Lincoln. 5'8", 5'9", dunking on everybody.
Definitely that.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Might have been the real reason why they won state that year too, man. I mean, no, they had Chris Bosh, but the dude we was going to see was little B Hop.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that's
really? LB Nash. You know, LB was a hell of a high school draw. Had a decent career at Oklahoma State. Not really doing anything pro-wise, anything, but overseas. Next was Miles Turner, you know. And I tossed with that one being this high and you know, in that second 10 because his high school career wasn't too much to brag about. He had that one big year. But he's having a great pro career. You know what I'm saying? I won't say he's a superstar or anything, but he's making superstar money. Right?
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Down in Houston on the Chop Shop. What kind of names do these guys got now? They got some names, but do y'all have a big y'all really get at each other? Because I always listen to them about, you know, this, that, and the third. They got some dudes down there too now.
Right.
In the future. But I don't know if they list can go with our list. If you just put it all out.
No. And Rob, look at me, son. I know you're driving, but look at me. We don't give up about H-Town. You understand? We listen to the show. We talk about all that. They ain't got no players down there, man. This is DFW. We all DFW over everybody. Now, if we talking outside of Texas, then we Texas over. We Texas over everybody. But while we going DFW, man, we don't bring up Houston right now, dude.
Oh, I feel you. Oh, I got you. I got you. I
All right.
just thought about it because when we were talking about the All-Star game, when we went down there 2 years ago and we played against them, we played defense because we beat them by 30.
All right.
And we did play defense. It was just a little thing that they got together and said, we're not coming down here to have an All-Star game. We coming down here for business.
No doubt.
That was Cade and
that's always the mentality of our kids when we line up against Houston.
Yeah.
That's the difference between them and us.
No doubt.
So we're always about business in between them lines. All right.
Let's move on.
next 20, man. Next 20. Let me come right here, bring this down a little bit. Oh, went too far. All right, so. All right, I got Elijah Thomas, Lancaster.
Okay.
Prince Abe. Remember Prince? Out of Lakeview Centennial. Matt Jones, Trey Davis, out of Woodrow. Mm-hmm. Chris Washburn, Terrence Ferguson, Mickey Mitchell, Sean Williams, Jerrion Henry, Kimball. Sean Williams of Duncanville. 2000 on in. Any discrepancies right there?
What about Julian Washburn? You thought Chris had a better?
Julian was kind of up and down for me.
Okay, no worries. No worries.
He didn't win. You know what I'm saying? And we had too many,
from one school
off the court issues. Now, don't get me wrong. Keith Frazier had some issues, but he won some championships.
Yes, he did.
So
that's good. That's good right there.
All right, so that's a good 3. Good third set. My fourth set. Austin Grandstaff of Rockwall. Dude was killing that year. He led 2 years in scoring. I give Wes props on that. Mm-hmm. Great high school career. And I think because he won. Excuse me. He scored so much, and he was a killer scoring the ball, man. Because he didn't win anything either. And that almost had me not put him there, but I remember all of us lining up to go see, his team play. You know what I'm saying? Not because it was just Elijah. You wanted to see Grandstaff shoot the ball too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm rolling with that. My next dude was GJ Vellerino out of McKinney.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all remember GJ.
Yes.
GJ was pretty nice. Jordan Mickey, Prime Prep.
Yes.
Tyrese Maxey. Marquise Bolden, Jalen Jones, and one of my favorites right here, man, that's going to shock y'all a little bit, Braylon Ransom of West Mesquite, Central Michigan.
Oh, no.
Y'all don't remember Braylon, do you?
No, that's a goodie. That's definitely a goodie.
Shout out to my boy Rod, Coach Rod Taylor, for that product right there. Kyron Anderson. North Crowley.
Yep.
TCU.
There you go.
Jemias Ramsey of Duncanville.
Had our best
Antoine Space of
right.
DeSoto. What we think?
What you think about the twins from Lincoln?
Hold on, cuz. You jumping the gun.
All right.
Yeah, you jumping the gun.
I'm sorry, sir.
my last one right here goes a little something like this. Let's pull that down right there. Hang on a second. It's not. We got King McClure.
Okay.
All right, there we go. Shannon Lilly, Alex Robinson, Daniel Horton, Cedar Hill. Remember Daniel Horton?
Yes.
Eric Neal, Marcus Garrett of Skyline, Admon Gilder, Cameron McGriff, Mike Miles, Isaac Likely.
So you don't. What about Samuelson?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't. I skipped right past him, didn't I? He is in that 10, that last 10. Samuel Williamson. I'm sorry. He
Yeah.
is in there. He was number 44. Yeah,
Did you
44.
have Timmy in there?
I didn't put Drew in there.
Okay.
I could have went with Drew right there with that last one over likely, but Drew didn't win in high school.
That's a
They
great
were
list.
good. They playoffs, but
See, you can do that type of list. I can only go, and then I can be a fan on the last 15 years of kids because I really wasn't involved with them. Only if I'm, someone else me to coach a team. But watching them, you guys been doing a great job with the coverage, and I'm able to see what you're saying and watching them. But I never judge. I'm just a fan of theirs,
Mm-hmm.
But that's a great list. You're probably gonna have some. You need to probably put that out there, and people should debate it, but they shouldn't debate it because it's fair. It's all the way around the board.
Yeah.
I don't think you left out an area or a kid.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, there were some kids that were really close to the best for me. Drew Timmy being one of them,
Mhm.
Davion Harmon being another one. I had some kids, Julian Miranda being one of them.
What? You gotta do that.
So can you imagine if I put that out there? I'm gonna put him at number 35. See what they say.
So what are they gonna do? They're gonna get upset. Jules, the thing about it, Jules can play, and he was a tough kid, so you can't take nothing away from him. I don't care if he's your son or he's your nephew or whatever. If it's a family member and they got it in, they got it in.
No, I bring that up, Rob. I bring it up because Ashton did that. Shout out to Ashton, man. Shout out to Ashton.
How old is Ashton?
Yeah, he's a little young.
I think Ashton, see, I'm 40. I think Ashton might be like 30.
Yeah, and
33, maybe.
But you know what, Tony and Rob, real talk, putting this list together turned out to be pretty difficult. Pretty difficult.
Oh, it is. That's why I took the easy route.
You know what I'm saying? And you're talking about doing 50. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 25. And you went in an era that you really were on it. You know what I'm saying? And Ashton can't speak that deep. Right. The only thing that I would say to Ashton is that you can't put on there the guys that you train, bro. There are some guys that were on there that I didn't even, I knew the face, but I didn't even know the name. So how are they top 50? You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to say some names now because I don't want to make kids because they still kids. But you know who they are. They're nowhere near should be on there. But there were some guys that we left off, man, that I thought could have been on there for real that were really, really good. John Bohannon. I left John Bohannon off from Lancaster.
Yeah.
DJ Hogue for West Mesquite. Guys like that. Those are tough guys to leave off the list right now, man.
Yes.
Phil Forte. I have tremendous respect for. Great point guard that could shoot.
Right.
From different area codes.
These lists are hard. That top 50 all time, I don't want no parts of that.
Yeah. Mark Vital was another good high school player,
Yeah, I'm going to get that. Y'all going to have to get that together. I'm just going to sit back and watch. I'm not about to jump into that fire. No, I don't want that. I don't want that fire.
I think y'all should go and y'all should have a sit down and y'all should bring all the names together. Y'all should have a couple of Cokes and get some pizza. Do it like we did at 5 Star. You sit in the room and you kind of go over names and y'all argue it out. Stay in there for about 10 hours. Come on out. That's going to take a while to get the top 50 all time. There's so much talent.
Yeah.
I just wish guys would stop.
Tony, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Something happened to the connection.
Yeah, I just wish that
What I'm
people
saying.
would
Yeah,
stop
no,
saying,
good.
that
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Can you hear?
Yeah.
Can you
Can you
hear?
hear? Can you
All of a
hear?
sudden, I can't hear you now, Tony.
Can you hear me while I'm talking? Can you hear me now?
Rob, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hang on a second, guys.
Rob, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Tony.
You gotta hear me. If you yeah, no, yeah, I was talking to Paul. Paul done froze up.
Okay. You'll get it back.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I wouldn't want to be in that group, but I would have input. I think you got to have everybody from different eras sitting in that meeting, and you really have to put it on the board. You have to be like NFL or NBA. You got to be in that boardroom, and you really got to go at it. And you should put them in categories too, like positions, and then start eliminating them like that.
Hang on.
We can hear you, Paul.
We hear you, Paul.
Well, we're here.
I don't know what happened right now. Can y'all still hear me?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
You hear me good?
Yeah, can you hear me?
So I guess right now, man, Tony, talk to me about this weekend, man, the All-Star Gala, man. What you guys got going there?
Yes.
All right, so we are going. We had to reschedule for next Saturday. For next Saturday, we're April 17th. One of the biggest things with the with the All-Star event is that we want to show love to the city. I named it the Chosen City for a reason, because we have a lot of players. So if I just do one game, and there's no knock on anybody else is doing anything, but we have a lot of players. Why not show them all love? So April 17th, we have 5 games. We have 2 girls, 2 young ladies, and 3 young men, three young men games, and it's going to be great. We're doing a live forum. We're doing a media forum Friday and Sunday. I'm even bringing in a special guest. A lot of people not familiar with down here, not too familiar with Dykeman, but we're bringing Cha-Ching in to be the MC. The maestro of ceremony for the games. It's gonna be fun, man. Shout out to everybody that that support. And it's gonna be fun, man. It's definitely gonna be fun. Paul, can you hear us?
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I mean, when you did it in 2017, when you had the girls All-Star game, man, that was wonderful. That was beautiful. I still got pictures, videos, and everything from those games.
Appreciate it, man. One of the biggest things.
All of those girls are doing their thing still. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on this, y'all. I am locked out of here. Hang on a second.
Yeah. But long story short, man, if anyone is, if anyone want to come, you're more welcome to. It's $10 to watch. If you want to go online and watch, you just go to chosencity.swin.city.
Hang on, I'm trying to see if this other one's going to come up.
Okay.
Man, this is crazy.
We can definitely hear you, Paul. I don't know if you can hear us.
Tony, I just can't hear anything that you guys are saying now all of a sudden. So my connection on the other screen went out. Did you kind of highlight everything about the
Yeah,
also
I did. Yeah.
Are you this weekend, Tony?
No. Yeah, we good.
Kind of touch everything about the All-Star event?
Yes.
Where it's going to be at and everything?
Oh, no. So we're gonna be at Trinity Christian. Yeah, we're starting at 2 o'clock.
I can't hear you, so.
Oh, you good. But everybody else can hear me.
I can't hear you though.
Okay.
I know you can hear me now. I just can't hear y'all. So my sound is totally out, and I don't understand why
April
that
7th.
is. Oh, you know what? Hang on, y'all.
Can you hear me?
Do it these.
Can you hear me? Rob, you can still hear me, right?
Why that is. Oh, you know what? Hang on, y'all.
It's replaying now.
Can you hear me?
Hang on, Rob. Hang on, Tony. I think I got y'all.
Okay. Testing. We in?
Hang on. Yeah, hold on, y'all. Hang on, Rob. Hang on, Tony. I think I got y'all. All right, here we go. All right, so can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So let's take this off then. I'm just going through the speaker and so forth through this right now. All right.
So you can hear me?
I can hear you perfect now. I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh.
As I told you, I'm trying to go through one computer to the other, right? I was listening on this one, and then somehow the connection got lost, and then I lost my screen to that over there. Connection lost.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so basically, it's April 17th at Trinity Christian at Cedar Hill. Our first game starts at 2 o'clock, which is our first boys game. Please, follow us on Instagram, The Chosen City, or even Swin City Mag, or even on our league, Swin City League. So it's gonna be fun. So y'all should definitely come out.
Who's the main guys there? Who's the attraction, man? Give me some
Man,
people.
we got let's go down the list. We have Wade, Taylor, we have Zurich, we have
Zurich Phelps.
Yeah, Zurich Phelps, we have Damon, we have
Damon Nichols.
Man, look now I gotta get out the list, man. Hold on.
No, you're good. Those are some top names on there, man.
Yeah,
and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing
Jack Pease.
Highland Park.
Yeah, Jack's gonna be in the thing, man. We got we even got Will Shepard. We got Christian Morton.
Okay.
We got Jerome Rogers. We got
Madison.
Dante Guerrero. We got Montez Young. We have Marcel McCurry. In one of my biggest things, CJ Nolan. We got I always mess his name up. Is Juro De La Rosa from Spring Creek. Yeah. We got, of course, we got Aaron Wright. We have Jesse Weezy. We have
Weezy from Hernandez. Dude can jump out the gym, Rob.
Yeah. We got Bobby Flowers. We got Bobby Flowers, Juan Reyna. We got
Jesse Weezy.
Yeah. Okay. Andre Williams. We got Deshaun.
Did you say Juan Talamela? Reyna? Yeah, my daughter.
Yeah, man. So we like I said, man, we have a lot of talent, and some of the guys like Emo and a couple others weren't able, Manny.
I didn't see him all this year.
Yeah. But it's all love. Like I said, one of the biggest things is we want to show love to the city and let them know we appreciate them. We appreciate them. It's nothing Hollywood. We don't like everything I do. It's never about me.
Right.
It's about creating a platform for us just to have fun and go get it. I want y'all, I want them to be the best they could be.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. All right, so the All-Star event is Saturday. What time again?
We start at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, April 17th.
2 o'clock this Saturday.
No. April 17th, next Saturday.
Man, I'm glad you said that, bro, because you told me the other day, this Saturday.
Yeah, we'll talk about the stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said we had to reschedule. Matter of fact, when your ears went out, when your headphones went off, I said we had to reschedule.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that. I'm sorry. All right, so good. Now I'll be able to enjoy the Gasso, in its entirely. So,
Look, I'll be there too.
yeah.
You got some girls playing, Tony?
Getting in my ear. Rob, what you got planned for this weekend, Rob?
Tony, you got some girls playing too, don't you?
Yeah. Got the girls playing too. Yeah, you man, that's my fault, man. Ladies, please forgive me. Yeah, I got Acacia Davis, Portia Adams, Kaya Ponda, Jazz Shavers, Eva Goat. I always call her the Goat. Callie Cooper, Kalia Kelly, Jordan Newsom, Stephanie Mosley, Tamia Flores from Pinkston, the shooter, Kiara Garza, Naya Bernard, Elise Harrison, Mackenzie Worm, Anaya Johnson. We even got the Rosenberg twins, Bailey Harris. We have it. Zoe Jackson, Elena Payne, Layla Lawrence.
Yeah.
Sound like you gonna make some people mad.
Hey man, look, I don't look. It's not. Once again, it's not about me.
I know what you mean.
These
but
kids,
this is
man.
real good. And them uniforms,
I like that.
Fly
I like
too.
that.
And them uniforms you be putting them
Appreciate
in.
that.
Yes. And if you don't know about them uniforms, hey Tony, let me ask you this: do you give those uniforms to them, or
they keep them? They keep them. I don't take them back. They keep them.
Wow, that's awesome stuff right there, man.
Yeah, they keep
that's
them.
the old school way of doing things, y'all. We still got jerseys from all the camps that Jules did when he was young. But wow, that's good, man. A lot of camps today are just picking up the jerseys.
Yeah. No, they get to keep them. I want them to have it. And this is one of the things. With Swin City. Everything's Swin City. Every event that we do, the kids get a uniform.
Yeah, good.
Every single one.
That's awesome. That's awesome stuff there. You have anything to add to this, Tony, before I let you go?
All I got to say is, hey, Paul, Rob, I appreciate y'all for being the staples in the city. I can't thank you enough. I mean, just without just with y'all, just being a part of just this whole basketball world. Just being honest, it wouldn't be me. So I thank you all for real.
It's really that dude over there. That dude. I gotta do it that way. That dude over there. Right here. Yeah, that dude right there. Like I told you, my first job as a coach, as assistant coach at Bob Story under my man Rob Wright, and it's been a different beast ever since. Then I hooked up with Roosevelt Riley. That's the name. Yeah. Y'all know who Roosevelt Riley is, don't you?
I know that name.
Oh yeah. Yes,
Roosevelt's so big right now, he rolls with Jerry Jones now, bro. Yes. He Jerry Jones' bodyguard, man.
Listen, always got the black glasses on.
Awesome stuff. Shout out to my boy Roosevelt Riley. Big shout outs to also people. Rob touched up on it. A lot of people don't realize that we used to have a college league, a sanctioned college league, Summers College League, here in the DFW at Redbird. Now, Redbird Gym, that's what it was formerly known as. It's now Thurgood Marshall, right there behind Bahama Breeze off of 67. And that was the staple of what you wanted to be doing on a Saturday afternoon, right? Of course, the next day on Sunday, you go over to Pope Bill's at Beckley. You know what I'm saying? Those are the kind of atmospheres that we used to have that was so much fun that we don't have here now. That we got to find a way to bring back.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and put this. I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle it on there.
Go ahead.
It'll be back in June.
It'll be back in June. All right.
It'll be back in June.
So I'm just letting you know these are some of the things that are on my mind right now. Next week's show, y'all, and we'll have Ron Nelson and my man St. Louis Ken on to go over the top 50 for the DFW from the very beginning. And if you don't know Ron and St. Louis Ken, strap on your seatbelts because it's about to be some of the funniest that you could hear on YouTube, Facebook, or whatever platform you're watching this on right now. Trust me, it will be an entertaining conversation right there, talking about the old school versus the new school right now, and two OGs just really going back and forth with the third OG in here with me, right in the middle. Just I know it's going to be funny, so I want to make sure that you guys pay attention and check that show out as well, and chime in and so forth. I'm still trying to figure out how to open up this damn chat, this private chat room. Actually, that's going to be one of my goals for this week, to figure out how to open that up so we can have the dialogue on there from our viewers, and just go from there. Swin City Magazine.
Say it again.
Thank y'all for having me.
Appreciate both of you for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
We did the 50 boys, players to come out of the DFW tonight. We did the top 50 boys, players to come out of the DFW tonight. We talked about the All-Star event that's going to be coming up in 2 weeks. I'm sorry, 2 weeks. Not this weekend, but the following weekend. And stay tuned for that. Meanwhile, I see all you guys at the Gasso this weekend at the gym formerly known as Bob Night, now recognized as Duncanville Fieldhouse. Friday, Saturday, on the state. Definitely think it's some of the top teams that are going to be in. Yeah, let me just look at something right quick. I thought he sent me the sketch, but he did not. All right, actually, it's going to be on the ASO site. So if you need to look at that, download the gas and check out the schedules. What they're on there. Some good games on Friday night. I don't know if you quick. Right? Guess we lost sound, and I guess
you did. You
hear me?
You going in and out?
Hear you.
Yeah.
If something when I asked you, y'all couldn't hear me. Can you hear me right now?
I can hear you right now.
No, we can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a delay.
It is.
Serious delay right now. So, all right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and end the show. We're gonna end this up, man, and so I can tighten up. I got to get this computer fixed. Like I said, I dropped this computer that I'm looking at right now, and so I got to go put this in the shop ASAP. Rocky, I do appreciate y'all for coming on, man. Thank you. I hope y'all have a great evening, and see you when I see you.
All right, baby.
All right, man.
All right, take care. I'm Paul Miranda, the Real Talk Nation.